Good evening, guys. How are you? It's a Daisy with a Marriage for Real video, and I have a piece of advice for newlyweds. And listen, it's just advice, and it's based on what I have seen over the years with newlyweds that have just gotten married. You know, you've just said the I do's, you've walked down the aisle together, you've been on honeymoon, and now you're coming home to set up this new household, this new family together. There's a piece of advice that I tend to give, and it's particularly when it's the woman that maybe has the home. I give the advice of, you know what? Go and find a place together where possible. Now, I'm aware that this isn't always possible, but where it is possible, yeah, go and find somewhere together. And I'll tell you why I say that. A lot of the times when you have a woman, even a guy, who has lived on their own for how many years, they're renting or they've bought their own home. It's in their name. Everything in there is hers. It's all mine. This is my house. The chair that you're about to sit on is my chair. I remember when I worked and saved and I bought it. Yeah, that fridge that you keep going to open up every day, it's my fridge. The bed that you're about to sleep in, I bought that bed. That's my bed. You know, that the TV that you're watching and the way you're just taking the remote every day, you know, and putting on the programs you want to put on, that you want to watch. Yeah, that's my TV. This whole setup is mine. When the letters come through, all the bills, they're in my name. Why? Because this is my house. This is my house. The electric is my electric. The gas is my gas. The water is my water. That's the situation you're walking into when one of you decides that, you know what, we're going to keep hold of this home and you're going to come and live with me. And I'm seeing that this is an issue more in the case when a man moves into the home of a woman who is very well set up indeed, very well set up. And women, let me tell you that if you are in a position where your husband has come to live with you and you continually are reminding them that this is your house, that these are your things, every time you guys have an argument, you're telling him that he can get out. And when you're telling him to get out, you're saying, get out of my house. Yeah, when you're getting uncomfortable because you know this is the way that you usually like to have your things. This is how I put my cushions. All these years that I've been living, this is the way I do it. These are the programs I like to watch on my TV. This is my TV, you know? And it always comes up when you guys are fighting. You like to remind him, this is all mine. And you know what else you say to him? You say to him, I did all this before you even came. All this you are seeing, I did it before you came, before you were around, before I became Mrs. I handled my business. I can do this by myself. That's what you're saying to him. I can do this by myself. I don't need you. I do not need you. And you know what, women? When we give men that message, and then in the next breath, we want them to be responsible, that it doesn't match up. There's something that doesn't match up there. The moment you are continually reminding this guy that actually he is in your house, this is your home, this is your things, this is the way you like it, this is mine, that is yours. You even count the things that he brought into the house. Well, you brought that one chest of drawers, that's yours. And that one TV that we keep in the back room, that's yours. That one thing there, the rest of this is mine. I'm telling you now, that man will never feel secure enough to claim this home as his own. And while he can't claim this home as his own, he will never become the king of his castle, because you keep telling him that it's not his castle. And when he is never able to become the king of his castle, you are not going to be able to enjoy what it's like to really have a husband who feels confident, free, and has the authority enough to lead the household. So I find that a lot of women in this situation are saying to me, my husbands don't do anything. They don't take responsibility. They don't pay any of the bills. They don't take control. And after I go under the surface a little bit, I discover why. They're not taking control because you haven't released them control. You have not released control. You have continually told them, this is mine. I did it without you, and I can do it without you. I do not need you. And I'm telling you something, women, when you tell a man that you don't need him, there's something that happens to his ego. It gets knocked down flat. And that man that you was hoping would come in and take over and support and be this strong system in your life, be this authoritative, be this leader, be the protector of your home, he shrivels into this guy that is almost just like a lodger in your house. And guess what? You gave him that title. You gave him the title the moment you started to remind him every single day, this is my house. Every time you have an argument, you're telling him, get out of my house. That's why I advise newlyweds to go and find a place that you guys can both call your own, so that feeling that everything within this place is mine isn't there. But if you're already in a situation and life is as it is, where you are living in the woman's house or the man's house, it's so important. It's so important that you very, very quickly adjust yourself, adjust your language, adjust your approach. Make sure that your mindset has changed. You've realized that you're a married person now. Whether this house is in your name or not, you went and got married, so now this is in both your names. It's both of yours. Whether it was only you that went to the sofa shop and picked out the sofa, it doesn't matter. You're married now. Now this sofa equally belongs to your spouse. Whether it was only you that went and tested how springy the mattress is on your bed and you chose it specifically for that, it doesn't matter now. This bed belongs to the two of you. There's no more, this is mine, that is yours. Whatever he or she brings into the house now belongs to the both of you. You can't turn around and tell him to get out of your house. He can't turn around and tell you to get out of his house, because this is the both of your house. I remember when I used to try and say that to Mr. Chiwoko. I used to say to him, get out, and he would tell me, this is my house. I'm not going anywhere. Go. I ain't going anywhere, because he has taken his position. He knew he was the king of the castle. No one can kick a man out of his own castle. And so if you have a man who doesn't actually know that he is the king of the castle, you need to check what you've been saying. If you have a wife who doesn't know that actually this is her domain, you need to check what you've been saying. Check how you've been treating them. Check whether you have actually gone into mine and yours syndrome. And I'm telling you now, those of you who think that it's okay to say, well, this is the stuff that I bought with my money, so it is mine. That's the stuff that he bought with his money, so it is yours. You are creating such a gap in your marriage. You're creating a gap that the enemy will come in and take complete advantage of. Not only the enemy, women, men, whoever can come into that gap and take advantage of it. And at any point, you guys will very easily separate, because you're already separated. You're already separated. When the mine, yours thing comes into a marriage, it's almost the end. You guys are living in like lodgers, your flatmates, your housemates. You have not yet become one. Becoming one is when you recognize that it doesn't matter whose money's paid for it, doesn't matter whose name is on it. This is something that belongs to us. And women, I'm telling you, if you want your man, your husband to walk into that home knowing that this is his responsibility, this is somewhere that he has charge of, this is somewhere that he needs to step up and do his thing, then you need to be letting go and saying, you know what, this isn't mine, this isn't yours, this is ours. But if you're newlywed and you've got the opportunity to start life afresh, my advice, and it's just that, it's just advice. My advice to you would be to go and find somewhere that the both of you can come in and call your own together. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Let me just quickly read some comments. Kemi says, sometimes men do it to have a friend that her hubby had everything before they married, and the man always saying, my house, my this, my that. It's really sad. Goes both ways. Men, if you want your wife to come into the home and be the woman that you married her to be, you know, to come into the home and look after it and take ownership of it and really feel that you have brought her into this home because you really want her to be there. You can't be reminding her every day that this is yours. In fact, it's not yours. Once you get married, it's not yours. You even telling her this is your own is a lie, or it means that you've not fully married her. You've got to switch your mindsets on this, guys. The moment you're getting married, whatever is yours, whatever you thought was yours, becomes ours. And that's the kind of language we've got to be using. Ours. We. No more I, mine, yours. No, it's ours. It's ours together. We did it together, and we're going to take this forward together. All right, guys, I hope that helps. If you're not following me already, do so. It's Marriage for Real with a Daisy. Hit the like and follow button. Also, go ahead and follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I have a load more other videos for you. And as well, I have an event coming up right here in Manchester, specifically targeting newlyweds. So if you want to find out more about that event, hit me up in the messenger and let me know. All right, have a great night.